If you're shopping for a beginner first motorcycle, a 10-year-old Kawasaki Ninja 300 is probably one of the best, if not the best choice that you can make. And I say that as a guy who has spent 15 years working in the motorcycle industry and watching new riders. Your very first year, you guys get bled dry. You gotta buy a bike, you gotta buy all the gear, you get first year insurance rates kind of suck, all of it, I get it. This beginner motorcycle is going to solve a lot of all those first year problems for you, especially when you hear what price it's going for. Now, I tell all my customers all the time, when new riders get the right first bike, they'll have many more motorcycles after them. But when they get the wrong first bike, it makes learning and managing the ins and outs of motorcycle riding way more difficult than it needs to be, and potentially way more costly in more ways than one, because they've made it too hard for themselves to just learn and gel and be able to afford enjoying motorcycle riding. And that's what makes this Ninja 300 so great, in my opinion. It's a beginner motorcycle that is so easy to learn on. It's so forgiving, so fun. It has the right tech. It's really good looking, also really affordable, really cheap to maintain, and maybe most importantly, even though it is only 300 cc's, it has more than enough power for everything that you need to do right now. And I'll even show you footage of me riding it on the highway a little bit later on to back up that statement. Are you okay? What happened? Hey, if you're liking this video, this is my rescue dog, Paisley. And yes, she just fell off my table lift. She is a rescue. She needs all the help she can get. So you hit that like button, it helps me feed her. She is a very hungry pup. Please hit like to support me. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep going. Personally, I think when it comes to tech, the Ninja 300 is in a bit of a Goldielocks sweet spot. You get basic tech that will make ownership easy and keep you safe, like fuel injection, like ABS, but none of the other unnecessary stuff that adds costs and more expensive parts to break and leave you stranded. So for example, the cluster has a little bit of damage right there on my Husqvarna Svartpilen 801. It uses a TFT screen. Replacing my TFT screen would cost me almost $1,000. Woof. If that scratch on that Ninja really bothers me, I can replace it for $55. $55. That's it. A lot of new riders don't realize that more tech isn't necessarily more good. Often it's quite the opposite. On a first motorcycle that you are very likely to drop once or twice, do you really want one that is loaded with expensive tech and sensors that you don't need? Or do you want the one that if push comes to shove, you can just replace the part for 50 bucks? Now what about riding it? When you're riding the Ninja 300, it feels light, it's got a low seat height, and it is really forgiving. And new riders don't always know what that means, right? So forgiving means that you can make little mistakes and it's gonna be okay. So on my 620-pound Harley Davidson V-Rod, making beginner mistakes like rolling on the throttle too suddenly, or braking too hard, or waiting too long to set up my line through a curve, it would get me into trouble and put me in danger. But on a Ninja 300, that forgiving nature, it helps you correct your mistakes without costing you dearly. But the Ninja 300, it's a motorcycle that will teach you, not terrify you, and that will let you learn on it without having to learn things the hard way. This is one of few reviews I'll do where I am very, very positive about this bike. It does have some cons. We'll get to those in a second. Because what I want to talk about right now is that whether you are in North America or Europe, there are some added upsides to this motorcycle as well. Because these Ninja 300s are not just small displacement motorcycles, but they are also like 10 years old now, insurance comes in way cheaper than your current 300 or 400 new beginner motorcycles will. That makes a really big difference here in Canada, where insurance really bleeds new riders dry. Plus, the bikes themselves are cheap to buy at this point on both continents, but more on that later. In Europe, the Ninja 300, it does fall within the A2 license limits. Hey, are you liking the video so far? Because if you are, Studio Cycle, this place behind me, they're the ones that make it all happen for me since I've had my accident last year. Studio Cycle's been really helping me out, so check them out if you're interested, studiocycle.ca. They are the local Aprilia, Husqvarna, and Moto Guzzi dealer, so they have all kinds of beautiful toys in there. All right, later. And I think the real question, though, what people are gonna be wondering is, can it really handle the highway? Can it actually do it? It does have one issue on the highway, but that's not related to the motor, nor is it related to the transmission. Have a look at me riding this bike on a local highway. Am I being passed here? Or am I the one doing the passing, or am I keeping up just fine? You take a look. You can really make the most of the Ninja 300's engine all the way first, second, third, fourth, fifth gear. And then you use 6 gears, what's called an overdrive, which basically just lets you keep the speed kind of constant and your RPMs down low when you just feel like cruising while you're already out there. But like another upside to this bike is that the Ninja 300 has a slipper clutch. So if you accidentally downshift too aggressively while slowing down on a highway exit, this will prevent your rear wheel from locking up or skidding. And again, I love this motorcycle because it has the right amount of tech for beginners, but not too much tech. At only 384 pounds with a really low seat height, it is fun, it's agile, and it's very easy to ride. Now, would I want to ride this thing on the highway all day long on a Ninja 300? It wouldn't be my first choice, but the power is good enough and the fairings and windshields do give you enough coverage and protection from the wind. So it is totally comfortable if you just want to jump on the highway for like a quick 20 minutes, half an hour and jump back off here and there. Absolutely no problems, no issues at all. If you had a highway short commute on your ride, you're good. Here's the part that gets me most excited about this particular Ninja 300. It only has 1,100 kilometers or about 700 miles. This is basically a 10-year-old brand new motorcycle, and you can buy it for less than half the price of a brand new motorcycle. Now, the Ninja 300, it is a really good first bike, but it's not perfect. So let's be clear on that. There are 3 things that I feel like you really need to know before you get into this. 1, you will outgrow it, okay? A season or 2 in, you'll probably want more. But I say that as somebody who put like 30,000 kilometers on his 250cc. You can totally ride this thing for years and it will totally be enough, but you will probably still want a little bit more. And that's kind of the whole point, right? Like, brilliant first motorcycles are the ones that are like, okay, this is not my forever bike. The bike's whole job is to teach you, to help you figure out in a safe and predictable way how things work and to set you up for success on other bigger machines if that's what you want, right? And the bonus thing is you probably bought it for so cheap, so when you sell it for cheap, you're not actually gonna really lose any money on it. You might even make a few bucks. That was an obvious one. So number 2, the second bad thing that you should know about is the suspension. The suspension shows the bike's price tag, right? So remember when I said that there was one highway weakness, it wasn't the motor, it wasn't the transmission. The Ninja 300 is totally competent on the highway, but when you do push on the highway and you get into some bumps, the suspension starts to feel pretty jarring. Now, some fresh fork fluid could potentially help this, but I think even sorted out, your first big bump at highway speeds, it'll probably let you know that you're on a motorcycle that was built to a price point, and that's okay. Because like I said, it's great for short blasts on the highway when you just get somewhere. But I wouldn't want to ride it on the highway for long periods of time, and that's part of the reason why. The third thing that you need to know before you buy one is that time is not a construct. Time is very real, okay? So remember, even though this only has about 700 miles on it, it's still a 10-year-old motorcycle, right? The fork fluid may never have been changed. The tires may be original, so even though they have low miles on them, they may need to be replaced just due to age. The brake fluid probably hasn't been flushed in a while. There's little stuff like that where you'll just have to give it a little bit of TLC here and there in order to really have a brand new 10-year-old machine. The Ninja 300, it has more than enough power to be a hoot to ride in the city. It's not gonna pop wheelies and freak you out. It'll teach you, it won't terrify you, like I said, right? You will eventually outgrow it, and that's the point, right? It means it will have done its job correctly because it's given you enough safety and enough fun for you to be like, heck yes, I love motorcycling, this is great, and now I want more, right? And that's exactly what we want for new riders. You got ABS, you got fuel injection, you have a slipper clutch, and finally, the price. This one's gonna be going up for sale for 3,500 bucks Canadian or 2,500 bucks US. Expert riders, $2,500 US for a 2016 Ninja 300 with 700 miles. Great price, fair price, bad price. Leave a comment down below to help a new rider out. And new riders, would you buy this Ninja 300 for that money? Why or why not? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Drop me one down below. And if you are thinking, yeah, I do want to buy that bike, I have a video called 50 Things to Check Before You Buy a Husqvarna Smart Pillon 401. At least 40 of those things also apply to this bike. So if you check out that video, it'll show you everything you need to know, which will come very handy when you're buying a used motorcycle like this one. Thanks for watching. Ride safe, but have fun. Peace.